Welcome back to the NASCAR 15 Let's Play, ladies and gentlemen. Right now I'm about to do race 30 of 36, the first race of the contender round and the fourth race of the 10-race chase. I'm here at Charlotte Motor Speedway here in Concord, North Carolina for the running of the Bank of America 500 night racing, and I am going to be driving my low scheme. I've updated the low scheme. As you could tell that my Sunoco scheme and my 3M scheme looked very similar. This one looks as well with the stripes and stuff on the side. So this race is going to be the low scheme. I'm also going to be driving this low scheme at Texas and Phoenix, so keep an eye out on that. I will be driving my Sunoco scheme at Kansas and Talladega and Homestead Miami Speedway, and then drive my 3M scheme one more time at Martinsville Speedway. This race 100% difficulty. I already did qualifying. I start third in this race, so I'll be in row 2 on the inside. Full damage on, cautions, black flags, tire wear, fuel use ×1. I won the race at Dover National Speedway, the previous race, which locked me into the second round of the chase. So, and I got my 5th win this season there. Let's see if I can go for my 6th win of the season tonight, go make it back-to-back wins. And if I win this race, I locked myself into the 3rd round of the chase, the eliminator round, going into Martinsville. So let's get this race going. Some night racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Should be a good race. Mile and a half track. I've been successful at the mile and a half tracks this season. So here we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina for the Bank of America 500. Should be a good race. Mile and a half. Fast speedway. Let's see what happens in this race. Let's see what happens. Alright. So David Reagan starts on the pole. Kyle Busch starts second. I start third, and Kevin Harvick will start 4th. So how about David Reagan starting on the pole, right? Pretty interesting. He could have a shot at winning this race tonight. And there's the Bank of America 500 Winners Trophy if you win here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. Hopefully I will get that trophy at the end of the race. So here we go. The pace car is off. David Reagan and Kyle Busch will lead the field down to the green flag as I will start in the 3rd spot alongside Kevin Harvick as we're set to go for 100 laps here at the mile and a half Charlotte Motor Speedway to start the 4th race of the chase, the 1st race of the contender round. Here we go. Who will lock themselves in? Here we go. The green flag is in the air. We are underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. David Reagan off turn number 4 is going to lead the first lap of the race as I'm underneath Kyle Busch for the 2nd spot. And I could get underneath David Reagan there for the race lead. This is for the race lead. Inside of David Reagan. Off turn number 2, side by side down the back straightaway. Trying to lead the early laps here. And I do take the race lead away from David Reagan. So I went from 3rd to 1st in the first couple of laps. So I would lead this lap. Good start of the race for me here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now, I'm not going to be too aggressive early on. I want to save the tires, so looks like right now I'm trying to pull away from the field. 3 laps completed. I'm leading away. Kyle Busch 2nd. Brad Keselowski up on the outside. David Reagan for 3rd and 4th. It's too early for me to be aggressive out up front and trying to pull away. I'm going to save my tires right now. Now, I believe we're going to have to make 2 pit stops in this race, as I've already about have a 2nd lead over Kyle Busch. Yes, I do have a 2nd lead right now, technically. So this is my low scheme, as you can see. Very similar to my other new schemes. Brad Keselowski for second on Kyle Busch. David Reagan for third. So I could be pulling away more, but like I said, not being too aggressive early on. There's really no point. Want to save up the tires. Now this car will start getting tight as the run goes on. It's been happening a lot at the 1.5-mile tracks. Looks like so far so good for me to try to win this race tonight and lock myself into the third round of the chase. I got some successful tracks, not only tonight, but the next couple races. Got Kansas Speedway, that's another 1.5-mile track, and then got Talladega Super Speedway, where anything could happen there. Second lead over Kyle Busch right now. I don't think I'm going to have this second lead for a little while, because the tires will start to wear down and my car will start to get tight. And that's been my Achilles heel in this Let's Play, where once the car starts getting tight, I feel like I'm going to fall back and not pull away anymore. The car is tight. So as you can see, been slowing down on the lap times. Ran a 28.52, but that last lap was about 8 to 9 tenths slower. So like I said, not being too aggressive with the tires right now. That's why I'm kind of taking the corners easily too. I've been great at the 1.5-mile tracks this season, and every time I start near the front, as soon as I get the race lead, like there's been a couple of times where I've started on the pole and I pulled away from the field. Looks like it's another case of that tonight, so far. David Reagan trying to pull away from third on back. 10 laps completed here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Bank of America 400, or 500 I should say. For the fourth race of the chase, the first race of the contender round. I'm leading the way. David Reagan second, Brad Keselowski third, Kyle Busch fourth. They're still side by side for the third spot as Brad Keselowski's on the outside of Kyle Busch trying to get around him. I've half set the fastest lap of the race so far with the 28.52 on lap 3. I seem like I have set a lot of fast laps of the race at 1.5-mile tracks. I could have won this race back earlier this season at this track, but remember me and Joey Logano was battling out in the final laps, but Joey Logano beat me to the win by half the car length to three-quarters of car length. But so far, so good for me in this race. Now, it looks like I might have to do 2 pit stops. We would definitely see when will my first pit stop will happen. But the last time I was here at Charlotte, had to do it on 2 pit stops. Although last time it was 120 laps. This is only 100 laps. So we'll see. It was pretty interesting at Dover National Speedway, the previous race, where basically went on fuel mileage. David Reagan has pulled away from third on back. He's about, what, 1.2 seconds ahead of Kyle Busch right now, but I'm 1.2 seconds ahead of David Reagan up front. I did mess up turn 3 and 4 just a little bit, but it didn't affect me much at all. Yeah, David Reagan's about a second and a half ahead of Brad Keselowski. Martin Truex Jr. to the 4th spot. So Kyle Busch is falling back after starting in second. Although it looks like he's trying to battle back for the 4th spot. Still 1 second ahead of David Reagan right now. David Reagan is almost 2 seconds ahead of Brad Keselowski. Denny Hamlin back up to the 4th spot. I can tell my car is starting to get a little tight. Just a little bit. Usually I let the car roll through the center of the corner. Like I get out of the gas early before hitting the corner. You'll listen in. So you heard right there, I get out of the gas just a little bit early, going into the corner, and then let it roll through the center of the corner. As soon as I get to the center of the corner, that's when I gas it back up. So far, that's been helping me. It was a caution-free race at Dover International Speedway. Will it be a caution-free race here? As a matter of fact, it was a caution-free race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway as well. And at Chicagoland Speedway. So all the chase races so far, especially in the first round, has been caution-free races. Pretty impressive, I will say. Got 3 races in a row without a caution. Will that happen again tonight? Make it 4 in a row. Now my car is starting to get tight just a little bit, and that's why David Reagan is catching me just a little bit. I'm trying to, you know, figure out where I can run this race car. Carl Edwards up to the 4th spot. So as you look behind me, it looks like Denny Hamlin's trying to pull away from 4th on back. Oh, got back on the gas a little too early. David Reagan now half a second behind me. 80 laps to go. But David Reagan's catching up just a little bit. I'm impressed with David Reagan starting from the pole, and he's been hanging in the top 5. Now he's running second, trying to chase me down. Good run for him in that KFC Ford. It's got Colonel Sanders on the hood. So I'm debating on you know how I have the white on this car? The only reason I made the car just blue and white and made it white instead of maybe silver or gray is because I thought the white would look better under the lights for a night race. But I'm debating if I want to change it to a silver or a gray, a silver and a blue, or a gray and a blue when I go to Texas and Phoenix. I don't know yet. I mean, I'm debating on that. I don't think the gray or the silver will look good under the lights, make the car look darker. So I thought I'd make it white for this race. Still leading the race over David Reagan. I fled every lap but the first lap. But ever since I passed David Reagan on the second lap, I fled all the laps so far. He led the first lap after starting on the pole. Oh, back itches. I have my thumb on the left. My right thumb on the left analog stick on that one. Thank God I have pretty good sized hand where I can reach. I keep messing up a little bit going in turn 3 and 4, and David Reagan is right there. He's closing in. Ah, god damn it. Why am I so itchy right now on the back? Sorry about the interruption, guys. Alright, I'm good. It looks like Denny Hamlin and Carl Edwards have pulled away from 5th on back. So the top 4 have really pulled away from the field. It looks like I'm starting to get tight in turns 3 and 4, but in 1 and 2 I feel like I'm okay. Like, watch here. Yeah, like in 1 and 2 my car is fine. But then in 3 and 4 I've been tight. May need to fix that on the pit stop. Because David Reagan is closing in. He's right there, guys. He's been catching me in 3 and 4. By the looks of it, it looks like I'm going to have to make 2 pit stops in this race. The halfway point will be after 50 laps. So as soon as I cross lap 51, then starts the second half of the race. Josh Wise is up there. He's going to go a lap down pretty soon. Lap traffic will definitely come into play in this race. It was that situation back in the spring race here at Charlotte in the Coca-Cola 600. Made it interesting in the final laps trying to get around him when me and Joey Lagan were battling it out for the win. As I'm about to get around Josh Wise to the inside of him. It took me 30 laps to catch the back of the field. Ooh, damn, I'm telling you what. Had to get out of the gas. I've just been really tight in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, I'm fine. But I mean, I have nothing else to complain. Just the tightness in turn 3 and 4. Other than that, I'm having a pretty good race so far. Now I'm back to half a second ahead of David Reagan, except to be fair, David Reagan had to try to get around Josh Wise. He's still trying to get around Josh Wise, as a matter of fact. Yep, he finally got around him. Denny Hamlin and Carl Edwards is actually catching up to David Reagan and I. I mean, the top 4 have really pulled away from the field. So far it could be between me, David Reagan, Denny Hamlin, and Carl Edwards. Denny Hamlin got eliminated from the chase at Dover International Speedway after a poor performance. Remember, he won the Daytona 500 earlier this season. He's won 2 races this season. I forgot where he won the other one, honestly. David Reagan obviously not in the chase, but he's still going to go for the win here. Michael McDowell is the next car we have to lap. As I'm underneath him in that 95 car, putting him a lap down. As David Reagan is trying to get around him as well. Tell you what, I've kept this race car very clean so far in this race. Now, anything could still happen. Yeah, I guarantee we're going to have to make 2 pit stops in this race. And I can guarantee you the final pit stop will be around between lap 85 to 90. Definitely will make things interesting though. Now the pit road speed for this race is 45 miles per hour. I definitely don't want to try speeding on pit road in these next 3 races. This one, well, at all in the chase, I should say. Now, if I happen to win this race, and then let's say I got caught speeding on pit road at Kansas, Talladega, it wouldn't really matter because I'm still locked in. I definitely don't want to run, get a speeding ticket on pit road, speeding penalty on pit road at Talladega. Because last time I was at Talladega, I had a great shot at winning that race, but went down too fast coming into pit road and finished 34th. Sucked. I believe that's David Gillen, the next car we're going to have to lap race soon. David Reagan's just right there hanging in behind me. He hasn't been able to close in onto my back bumper. I tell you what, Denny Hamlin is catching up. So is Carl Edwards. Although Denny Hamlin is closing in a little bit more than Edwards is right now. I mean, David Reagan, he's right there. So the question is, when will I make my first pit stop? Who will be the first one to come down pit road? What will happen in the next few laps? My right front tire is about halfway worn. Could have been worse if I ate up these tires, but I've been conservative with these tires. Yeah, still a couple big packs, like over in turns 3 and 4 right now, and the second big pack is entering the corner right now. Yep, David Gillen's the next car. I have to put a lap down. Got 60 laps to go. Oh boy. Moved David Gillen out of the way. Almost got in the back of him. I did loosen them up though. I'm going to try to stay out as long as I can, so I know I can try to make it to the halfway point, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to make it to the halfway point before the pit stop. Didn't think I was going to do that at Dover National Speedway, but I did. Oh, here comes David Reagan with a run here. Trying to go for the race lead. Not enough for him, though. Here comes the first set of cars down pit road for the green flag pit stop. Lap 43. Denny Hamlin has caught us. Edwards has not yet. Here comes some more cars down pit road. A bunch more coming down pit road right now. Question is, how long do I stay out on these worn tires? I'm going to try to go as long as I can. So now I can try to make sure if at the end of this race I could try to save some fuel if I have to. You know what I'm saying? Here comes David Reagan and Denny Hamlin down pit road. Carl Edwards stays out right now. But I'm going to try to stay out as long as I can before I come down pit road. Now, the thing about it is that David Reagan and Denny Hamlin are going to have fresher tires than me for a couple of 3 laps, you know? So they're probably going to be out front. Well, I probably fall back to third or something. Here comes Carl Edwards down pit road. When do I come down pit road? Here comes a bunch of cars leaving pit road right now. But my goal, I'm going to try to stay out as long as I can. Right now, I'm the only car that hasn't hit pit road. This is just a gamble, what I'm doing, guys. Now, I don't want to speed coming down pit road either. Now, I guarantee you, David Reagan and Denny Hamlin are going to be the top two once this is all said and done. But I'm trying to get as close to the halfway point as I can, so that means I could try to save some fuel for the end of this race. Here comes AJ Allmendinger. He's catching up to me quickly because he's on fresher tires than me. Matt Kenseth with the new fastest lap of the race. Allmendinger going around me. No, Austin Dillon now, 28.37. I want to at least try to get to lap 50. Then I know I have enough fuel to make it to the end. I'm pitting in a couple of laps. In a couple of laps, I'm pitting. This is good strategy for me. Pitting next time by. Next time by, I'm pitting. You know what? I'm gonna go one more time around just to know I'm safe for sure. This is definitely a gamble for me. And now here we come, the halfway point here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Bank of America 500, the 4th race of the chase, the 30th race of the season, the 1st race of the contender round. I'm leading the race. David Reagan 2nd, Denny Hamlin 3rd, Carl Edwards 4th. I have not made my first pit stop yet, and I'm going to come down pit road this time by, coming down pit road. Here I come, down pit road. Don't want to speed. Nice entry down pit road. Alright. I'm going to make... yeah, I'm going to do that. Just make a grill tape adjustment there. And be back out in the way. So it'll be 4 tires, full tank of fuel, track bar, wedge adjustment, grill tape adjustment. Be a 17-second pit stop. So now I'll definitely make it to the end on fuel. So here we go. Alright, let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go. Oh, why am I leaving pit road so slowly? Holy crap. Come on. Now, where's David Reagan and Denny Hamlin? Oh, I'm going to be out ahead of them. Here they come. No, that's not even one of them. Holy crap, how big of a lead am I going to have? I'm kind of surprised about this. I have a 4.5-second lead over them right now. Well, what's good about it, though, I have a 4-second lead over David Reagan. I'm kind of surprised about that because I thought they would gain some ground on me because they had the fresher tires long after their pit stop. But how long will this last? Now, what's going to be good for me is that I could save some fuel if I have to, just in case, and also save my tires too. So 4-second lead over David Reagan, and then Denny Hamlin 3rd, Carl Edwards 4th. I've fled all but the first lap. Now I'm going to conserve my tires again. I have a over 4 second lead. I don't need to be aggressive. I want to take it easy. That'd just be dumb of me if I'm too aggressive. Austin Dillon has the new fastest lap of the race with a 28.37. Mine's still 28.52, back on lap 3. I'm not really going for lap times right now, though. Look at the time interval right there. You see how I come across the line 8/10 slower than my fastest lap? Is because I'm taking it easy. There's nothing wrong with taking it easy, especially when I have a big lead like this. Now the problem with the good part about it is that it's going to help me save some fuel. It's going to help me save my tires for the long run. You know, as I'm catching Kyle Larson right now. Underneath Kyle Larson to put him a lap down. Side by side straightaway. I've still kept this car very clean. Been a clean race. Looks like this could be looking forward to another race caution free. 4th race in a row. That would be interesting. 4.3 seconds. So even though I'm even being conservative, I'm still pulling away. You got David Reagan, Denny Hamlin, and Carl Edwards all close up together. You can see them back there. Oh, they're caught in some lap traffic. That's why they're not catching up to me. I mean, with me being conservative, it's going to help them catch up to me just a little bit. Unless they're stuck in lap traffic, then they're going to have some problems catching me. Last time I came here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, I finished 2nd. Just by inches, too. By half a car length, I lost to Joey Logano. I don't know where Joey Logano is running right now. Here comes one car down pit road. That's Michael Annett, I believe. Looked like it was his car. .40 laps to go this time by. I fled 59 laps right here. Have a good 4.5 second lead over David Reagan right now. As a matter of fact, Denny Hamlin battling with David Reagan for the 2nd spot. Oh, got way up high there in turn number 3 and 4. I haven't been running 3 and 4 well. Not like 100%. Just been tight there most of the race. Turns 1 and 2 I've really never had a problem with. I think Denny Hamlin got around the lap traffic. Michael Waltrip down pit road. David Reagan and Carl Edwards still stuck behind lap traffic. Denny Hamlin, however, has gotten away from it, and he's now starting to close in on me. He's 3.7 seconds back now. I don't care that he's catching me just a little bit. It's because I'm playing safe. I mean, it's really no point being aggressive, having this big of a lead. I was 4.5 seconds at one point, now it's down to 3.5. And you know, the good news for me is that, you know, is that probably everyone is going to have to pit, and I don't. I don't need to pit. They need to do it on 2 pit stops. I only am going to do it on 1. So it's a good strategy move for me. Could help me lock myself into the 3rd round of the chase. If I win this race tonight here at Charlotte and then ended up winning the championship at the end of the season, this could be a championship move right here. Carl Edwards got around the lap traffic as well, so now David Reagan right now is still stuck behind it. Denny Hamlin 3 seconds back now. I mean, he's catching me, don't get me wrong. I don't mind that actually, because like I said, I'm trying to be conservative. Now, Kansas, I don't know how Kansas is going to be. Because remember, Chicagoland Speedway was a 80-lap race. And Chicagoland Speedway, that race ended on fuel strategy as well. Kansas Speedway is going to be an 80-lap race as well. And that could come into play at Kansas. It's trying to make it a 1 or 2 pit stops. Now Talladega ain't going to be easy because it's pack racing. There's no pulling away from that race in that race, and of course the entry down the pit road going from 200 to basically 195 to 55 miles per hour there is going to be difficult. That's what got me a speeding penalty, because it's just so difficult getting down pit road at Talladega Superspeedway, just going that fast. Even though it looks easy, one of the easiest pit road entries, but it's really not. Oh, Jeb Burton. Oh, what in the world? Okay. I thought Jeb Burton was going to go up the racetrack. Well, thank God I didn't wreck there. Thank God I didn't cause Jeb Burton to wreck. But I saw Jeb Burton coming off pit road, and I thought I saw him. Looked like he was going to go all the way up to the outside lane, so I was going to make a move to the bottom. As soon as I made the move to the bottom, I guess he thought that I was going to pass him up on the outside lane, and he went down. I got in the back of him, so definitely just a misjudgment. Unfortunately, it helped Denny Hamlin and Carl Edwards catch me. David Reagan has actually gotten away from that pack of lap cars as well. Now the problem is, what I'm going to face here is these two, Jeb Burton and Danica Patrick. If one's going to stay on the bottom lane, as Jeb Burton is doing, and then Danica Patrick on the outside lane, that's going to make it hard for me to try to get around both of them. Because it's like, which lane am I going to try to get around them? Getting around Danica Patrick on the inside, also Jeb Burton. 30 laps to go. Oh man, I'm telling you what. Bobby Labonte we're catching up to. Still on the outside of Danica Patrick, trying to put her a lap down. Denny Hamlin now just a second behind me. Edwards just a second half. David Reagan 2.3. As it's going to start to get interesting. I mean, lap traffic is going to probably change the outcome of the race. It did that back in the Coca-Cola 600. But I thought I had many chances to get by Joey Logano. But also I had to deal with lap traffic. See, now the problem I have to deal with here is that who's going to go on the inside, who's going to go on the outside, you know what I mean? Jeb Burton looks like he's committed to the inside lane, so look like I'm going to have to try to get around him on the outside, unless we're on the straightaway and I get a run on him. So I got a little bit tight there. Cole Witt is another car we're catching. Denny Hamlin trying to get around Danica Patrick right now. Oh, now see, I thought Cole Witt was good. Okay, now he goes to the bottom. Oh man, did I have to get out of the gas there or what? Danny Hamlin got around Bobby Labonte. So Danny Hamlin is closing in on me, which I'm not too concerned about the cars behind me, Hamlin, Edwards, and Reagan catching up to me, because I guarantee you they're going to have to pit a second time. You know what I mean? And I'm in pretty good shape. "25 laps to go." Got a run on Jeb Burton down the back straightaway. Going into turn number 3, trying to put him a lap down. Got a run on Cole Witt as well. 24 laps to go. I'm leading away. Danny Hamlin second, Carl Edwards third, David Reagan fourth. I tell you what, oh, David Reagan's down pit road. David Reagan down pit road for the second time. I'm telling you, they're going to have to do that. Remember, at Dover National Speedway, I stayed out because I knew that I was able to make my first pit stop after the halfway point. So that's what won me the race at Dover National Speedway when the others had to come down pit road. Only 5 cars finished on the lead lap at the end of the Dover race. Looks like it's going to be that situation again. And the question is, do I have enough fuel? If I made it to the halfway point before I made my first pit stop, then I can definitely stay out for the rest of the race and win this race. Kansas Speedway might be a little bit different. And of course, Talladega, we don't know what's going to happen there. Martinsville is going to be hell for me. Texas, it's probably going to be same situation. And then Phoenix can go either way for me. And then it's Homestead Miami Speedway. Allmendinger, who's running fourth, is 8.4 seconds back. I mean, the top 4 have pulled away most of this race. Danny Hamlin's been staying about half a second behind me. He hasn't really caught me anymore, which is a good thing. I don't want that. Now look at this lap traffic we're going to have to deal with. This is a big group of cars. 20 laps to go. As I'm leading away still. I've led every lap but the first lap. I've had an impressive race so far. I've been dominant in this race. I have a good shot to lock myself into the 3rd round of the chase, the eliminator round, going into Martinsville. Brian Blaney and Brian Vickers came down pit road. Here's Jimmy Johnson back here. Boy, look at this I have to deal with. Jimmy Johnson, who won at Chicagoland Speedway a few races ago. As I'm underneath him to put him a lap down. Oh boy, did I drove it in there. Kevin Harvick has fallen back. Remember, Kevin Harvick started 4th in this race. And remember, he's in the chase. So he can't have any bad performances. I mean, Kevin Harvick started 4th in this race. He's fallen back to 17th. I don't know what's going on with him. Putting Justin Allgaier 2 laps down. Oh, Kurt Busch coming down pit road, and that's going to hold up Denny Hamlin. Kurt Busch was coming down pit road, also held up Justin Allgaier. That's going to help me. Tony Stewart's up to the 4th spot because I believe AJ Allmendinger had to come down pit road. So did that help me or what? Still, honestly, even though it's 17 laps to go, that's still plenty of racing. As I'm catching Kevin Harvick right now. Joey Logano's down pit road. Joey Logano's towards the back of the field as well. And he's in the chase as well. AJ Allmendinger is out and away. I'm a second and a half ahead of Denny Hamlin. Now I know a few of you in the comments are going to say this race was boring. I know, this is kind of boring when I dominate the races, but it is how it is. Denny Hamlin, no! Did Denny Hamlin get held up by more cars coming down pit road? Now I'm up to a 2-second lead. 15 laps to go. Boy. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Greg Biffle down pit road. Remember, Greg Biffle won at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, which helped him automatically lock himself into this round of the chase. Tony Stewart down pit road. Jeff Gordon up to the 4th spot. Does Carl Edwards and Denny Hamlin have to pit? Do I have to pit? Carl Edwards coming... No. Yeah, Carl Edwards and Denny Hamlin down pit road. I'm going to stay out, though. So, Edwards and Hamlin down pit road. Jeff Gordon up to 2nd. When will Jeff Gordon have to pit? I know he's going to have to. But I'm going to try to stay out for the rest of this race. 12 laps to go. Tony Stewart is out and away. Jeff Gordon coming down pit road right now. So I'm going to be a lap ahead of the field. This is a gamble for me. I'm into the yellow right now on the field gauge. We'll soon hit orange. Man, if I happen to win this race tonight, and when I mentioned this earlier, if I happen to win this race tonight, make it all the way on fuel, and then happen to win the championship at Homestead Miami Speedway, this would be a championship move right here. I'm a full lap ahead of the field. This is impressive for me. I'm into the orange now. As I'm getting around Josh Wise, put 3 laps down. 10 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. In the Bank of America 500. The 4th race of the chase, the 1st race of the contender round, the 30th race of the season. I'm leading away. David Reagan 2nd, Carl Edwards 3rd, Denny Hamlin 4th. But they're all a lap down but me. Because I'm the race leader. I am the only one that hasn't made my 2nd pit stop. And it looks like to me after I made my first pit stop after the halfway point, doesn't look like I need to make one before this race is over. I mean, this is going to be impressive for me. I've never won a race a full lap ahead in any NASCAR Let's Play. Can I tell you that right now? I have never won a NASCAR Let's Play race full lap ahead of the field. This will be the first time, if I happen to hold on to win this race and have enough fuel, this will be the first time I have won a race in a NASCAR Let's Play a full lap ahead. That will be impressive. That will be history making for me. Definitely in the red now. Led all but 1 lap, and that was the very first lap. That's when David Reagan led the first lap after starting on the pole. Carl Edwards battling with David Ragan for the second spot. I just saw that move. Six laps to go. Now I know, like I said, you're going to say in the comments that this was a boring race for you to watch. I honestly don't blame you. This has been kind of a boring race because I know you guys don't like it when I dominate a race, but that's how it happens, I guess. I've always been dominant at the mile-and-a-half tracks, and so it wasn't a surprise that I've done really well in this race tonight. 5 laps to go. Trying to go for my 6th win of the season. Trying to make it back-to-back victories. As a matter of fact, I won at Dover National Speedway in the previous race. Trying to win the race here tonight. Probably all the 42 drivers are going to be like, how in the hell did he do that? You know? Well, remember, like early on in the race, I played conservative, you know? And that helped me save some fuel even though I wasn't on the clutch. 4 laps to go. But I definitely have enough fuel. I mean, it looks like it's going to be close, but I have enough. It's good that I stayed out an extra lap. I pitted on lap 51 to 52. This could have made a difference. I have no threat of lap traffic ahead either. Now, you know what would be really a killer? If a caution comes out now. That means everyone is going to get the wave around. You know? 3 laps to go. And this will be the 4th race in a row where it's been caution-free. The last caution happened at Richmond International Raceway. Look like it could happen here tonight. 2 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Going to turn number 3 and 4. Catching Kyle Larson, but he's not going to be a big much of a threat to me. Off turn number 4. White flag is out. Final lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Definitely have enough fuel, but I just need to make it around 1 more lap safely. Got the win at Dover National Speedway. Locked myself into the 2nd round of the chase, and I knew I had a feeling. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Knew I had a feeling that these mile-and-a-half tracks in the 2nd round was going to be great for me. Going into turn number 3 and 4. And now coming off turn number 4. 6th win of the season, and automatically locked in to the 3rd round of the chase. I win the Bank of America 500 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway by 1 lap ahead of the field. Dominant performance for me here at Charlotte. How about that? Back-to-back wins, 2nd win in a row. First time I've done that this season. And now it'll definitely make it easier for me at Kansas Speedway, and also definitely at Talladega Super Speedway. So if anything had to happen at Talladega Super Speedway, where if I happen to make a green flag pit stop there, and all of a sudden I get a speeding penalty, it wouldn't really matter. I don't want it to happen, but like I said, it wouldn't really matter. Doing some nice burnouts. Nice set of burnouts. The past 4 races. 2nd at Chicagoland, 41st at New Hampshire, win at Dover, and then win here at Charlotte. So I've been, like I said, the mile-and-a-half tracks, the last 3 in the mile-and-a-half tracks, 2nd at Chicagoland, 1st at, oh no, Dover wasn't a mile-and-a-half track, my bad. So nice set of burnouts there. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So I'm automatically locked in for the 3rd round of the chase going into Martinsville Speedway. I don't have to worry about the next 2 races if anything happened to go wrong. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. 6th win of the season. Back-to-back wins, too. Alright, so let's look at the race results. So, look at that. I won the race tonight and led 99 laps. Led all but the very first lap of the race. David Reagan was the other car that led the first lap of the race after he started on the pole. Carl Edwards second. Look at that. The only one that finished on the lead lap was me. I won a full lap ahead. Carl Edwards second. David Reagan third. Danny Hamlin fourth. AJ Allmendinger fifth. Jeb Burton sixth. Regan Smith seventh. Matt Kenseth eighth. Ricky Stenhouse ninth, and Tony Stewart rounds up the top 10. Now look at this. Look at the top. Look at that. 2nd through 4th finished a lap down, but 5th through the rest of the top 10 that finished 2 laps down. So, yeah. Clint Boyer 11th, Jeff Gordon 12th, Austin Dillon 13th. He set the fastest lap of the race with a 28:37 on lap 45. J.J. Yeley 14th, Casey Kane 15th, Mark Truex Jr. 17th, Kyle Busch 19th, and Brian Newman rounds up the top 20. 21st is Chase Elliott, 22nd Joey Logano, 24th Brad Keselowski, Greg Biffle 25th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 26th, Eric Almirola 27th, Kevin Harvick 28th, Jamie McMurray 29th, and Brian Vickers rounds up the top 30. 31st is Kurt Busch, 32nd Trevor Bayne, 33rd Jimmy Johnson, 35th is Kyle Larson, 36th Casey Mears, and Daniel Kirkpatrick rounds up the top 40. 41st is David Gillen, 42nd Michael McDowell, and 43rd and last place is Josh Wise. Michael McDowell, Josh Wise finished 4 laps down. So let's look at the point standings. I am automatically locked in to the 3rd round of the chase, the eliminator round. So, yeah. I have, and Kansas Speedway may be good for me. That's another mile-and-a-half track. I actually won at Kansas Speedway back earlier this season in Season 2 of the NASCAR 15 Let's Play. Remember in that Pray for Paris car that I drove? I won that race. Let's see if I can sweep Kansas Speedway and maybe make it 3 wins in a row. So, I am automatically locked into the eliminator round. So, who's looking good right now? The top 8 is who we're looking for to see who's good right now. Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart, Clint Boyer, Jeff Gordon, Austin Dillon, and Casey Kane are looking good to make the eliminator round going into Martinsville Speedway. Who's looking outside right now is Joey Logano. He is 7 seconds behind Casey Kane for the last transfer spot. Brad Keselowski is 9 points back. Greg Biffle is 10 points back. And Kevin Harvick is 13 points behind the last transfer spot, Casey Kane. But still 2 races left for Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Greg Biffle, and Kevin Harvick to make something happen if they want to lock themselves into the eliminator round going into to Martinsville Speedway. So the next race is going to be at Kansas Speedway, another mile-and-a-half track. Can I make it 3 wins in a row? I mean, I really don't have to win these next 2 races, but I'm still going to try to. But can I sweep at Kansas Speedway? Can I make it 3 wins in a row in the NASCAR 15 Let's Play so far? And will I get my 7th win this season? We're about to find out. So I will see you at Kansas Speedway.